at FC Cincinnati. 3 changes. Mangione, Locker, and Boumedienne all enter the starting 11. Other is a big one. That's George Marks as the goalkeeper. He just signed with Philadelphia Union 4 days ago. It's his first start since he was with Crown Legacy on May 19th, but spent a lot of time with Charlotte FC's first team in MLS. And for this Philadelphia side, 5 teenagers for a group that entered the weekend tied for second in the East. But there's a logjam up top as well, with just 2 points separating teams 2 through 6 on the table. So great to have you with us for our matchup here today as we close in on kick between these two sides. It is FC Cincinnati 2 and Philadelphia Union 2 for our matchup here today. So these teams getting ready for action. Overall, it's the 10th all-time meeting between FC Cincinnati and Philadelphia Union for our matchup here today. So let's see how this one turns out between these two organizations. Plenty of history between the two sides, despite just being around FC Cincinnati's case just for the last couple of years. Well, we're ready to go in this one. It's the yellow and blue kits. For Philadelphia, it is the white with the blue stripes up top. For Cincy. And we're ready to go here in this matchup. The ball is put in play, and here we go in this MLS Next Pro matchup between FC Cincinnati 2 and Philadelphia Union 2. Great to have you with us here on MLS Season Pass on Apple TV. Let's see what happens in part 2. Sullivan sizzles into the first defender, gets it back, jogs to the sideline, crosses to the middle, a shot around, Crockford punches it out, and it funnels back towards midfield. That was the first really good chance of this match, and it's a save by Crockford. Cincinnati defending right now is Boumedienne. Cincinnati on the other side looking to end a 2-match losing streak as they make their push for a postseason spot. Corner kick loops in. Mangione heads it out. Second bite at the apple now. To the back post this time. Crockford doesn't catch. He punches, allowing Anderson to feed Sullivan. Sullivan flies it. Back post. That's a terrific ball. And it's Neil Pierre pouncing on it and pushing it into the net. Sullivan, Pierre, the combination. Philadelphia lead right at the 20-minute mark, 1-0. Well, those are two of the highly touted players in the Philadelphia organization. You know about Sullivan. It's just a terrific pass, but look at the run from Pierre. He does that time and time again. Was brilliant at that last year in MLS Next Cup. And he is a player. Let the Galaxy win third place matchup, 2-1 in that one. Nico Royce scored in the 9th minute. Martin Ojeda in the 60th minute tied it for Orlando, and then Joseph Paintsel in the 67th minute provided what would be the knockout blow in that matchup. Good ball here again, Chirilla, but Pierre is there to intervene. Everything leads up to tonight's final. It's the Sounders and Inter Miami for the Crown. Inter Miami in the final for a 3rd consecutive year. Here's this shot attempt that Marks catches. It's the first shot attempt of the match, and it comes from the 19-year-old Peruvian, Yamir Ucumana. He hits this with really good pace, but it's right at Marks. Probst. Mariano was wanting the ball earlier than that. You can see how wide open he was in the middle of your picture. Instead of the touchline, it's taken away. Down in the middle of the field, Boumedienne, who's been quiet. Locker gets it back. Locker's been on a good run of form, the former St. Louis City product. Anderson captures. Sullivan with his back to goal, flips it right back for Anderson. Locker steps over, takes it for the moment, falls to the deck. Pariano captures. Davis lines it up. Davis gets the angle. Davis drills. Crockford parries it away. That ball was hit with a great deal of pace. Crockford, another strong save. Second chance now, another chance. Stymied by Crockford, and Cincinnati cleared away. You see right up top, it's Noah Probst, and Crockford makes another stop. And Tyrone Marshall said it. He's one of those guys that comes up big in big situations where you need a big stop. And that's what happens right there to keep the deficit at 1 in the final quarter hour of the first half. Slide tackle attempts. Gets the ball to Lockers. He pounds this over the top. Chirilla chases onto it. He goes 1v1 against Hurtado. Chirilla's laser is stymied by Marks. Marks coming up with a couple saves here after he had been inactive for a good chunk of this first half. Up the sideline. Brought back. Sullivan nods it back towards Anderson, but it's out of his reach. Schaefer throws, but right into the waiting path of Pariano, rather. Here's Mbomedem. Into a cluster, denied with that opportunity. LeBlanc weaves it wide for Griffin. Griffin. Mangione tames. And bobbled out of play. Cincinnati has been much better in the last 10 minutes after they dealt with all the pressure at the outset of this one. But here we go again. It's Anderson in the clear in the middle of the field. He shoves off of Schaefer. Can't get the pass right, but it falls right back to his boot. Sullivan now charges. Sullivan dances. Delightful pass to the middle. Crockford comes out, denies another chance. LeBlanc can't get it around. Oh, it's such a good ball from Sullivan. Even better run, though, by LeBlanc to keep himself onside. Marshall felt like last week they took a step back, gave the game away against Carolina Court. 2 late goals in that one against the Court. So a 3-2 loss. Here goes Sullivan, though. Sullivan onside in the area. Sullivan touches it across, and it is a flawless finish from Eddie Davis. A second assist for Kevin Sullivan. Eddie Davis with his 5th of the year makes it 2-0. It starts at midfield, and then Sullivan can pick out whatever he wants. Rolls it flawlessly to Davis, and Crockford, who's made so many saves, nearly came up with another. But 2 assists for Sullivan, a 5th goal of the year for Eddie Davis, who had 13 last year. And it's 2 in the first half for Ymir Ukulmata. Slingshots, first man knocked to the ground. Right back to the sideline. Ukulmata, second go at it. Back post, over Schaefer, knocked to the ground by the leaping Noah Adnan, but right into the waiting grasp of George Marks. 2 good chances for Cincinnati. Ukulmata has been at the forefront of both, and this header from Adnan, difficult to get the pace behind that ball on the header. The first 20 minutes or so dominated by Philadelphia. Cincinnati has grown into the match, but they've given up twice. Trying to get one back. It's Locker. Locker loops right into the body of Marks, who punches it to the ground. And here in the first half, a 2-0 advantage for Philadelphia, and 2 minutes of stoppage time as well. And that likely will be the first half whistle, and indeed it is. Whistle blows at the break, and it is Philadelphia looking to clinch a playoff spot tonight with a win. So we'll see how this second half goes in our matchup here today. Minnesota did it. They won all 4 of their chances. So what Cincinnati are doing this year is something to behold and something historic. And without it, they wouldn't be in this spot. Sullivan chases, Adnan steps in front. And that just goes to show that one of the key pieces of Next Pro, the penalty kick shootout, can be something that can really play at your advantage, and it has been for Cincy. Here's Mangione. Mangione mashes, it hits the left bar. Acoba cleans it up, heads it in. Cincinnati slice the deficit to 1 at 2-1. Tega Acoba's third of the season. It all starts with the captain, Mangione. Dents the woodwork, and Acoba is there quickly. Is making his mark in a monster matchup against Miami. Every day, MLS Next Pro players continue to make big marks as Anderson's header into the paws of Crockford. And every coach that I've talked to in MLS Next Pro at any time of the year has said, whenever a player from Next Pro makes the move to the first team and makes an impact, it just allows these players that play on these pitches on these nights. On assist from Sullivan. Cincinnati got one back in the 54th on an Acoba header. And now looking to get all the way back in this one. Chirilla tries to pull away from the pack, holds. Lays it back here for Kiesel. Adnan, the 23-year-old, former Stanford Cardinal. It's a giveaway, and now here comes Philadelphia in transition. Anderson glides it into the path on that right-hand side. LeBlanc for Sullivan, chips it. Anderson on the volley, gets it blocked. And the second chance from LeBlanc sails to the seats. Anderson's 4 goals this season, and he had his sights set on a high-velocity shot, but that is the 5th shot that Philadelphia have had blocked. 35 minutes after none in the first 29. Here's Gavin Sullivan on it. Sullivan finds a space. Sullivan sizzles just wide left. And he had his sights set on making it a 2-goal game once more, but couldn't get the angle. And Cincinnati find one more strong push to try to get an equalizer here before stoppage time. Sequeira funnels this through the middle. It's right in the path of Olivas. Hooks it around, looking for Anderson. Crockford is out to pick it up. From his knees, he throws it forward. Cincinnati look to go fast. Ramos loses it as it's given away. Korzeniowski. He lines it up, crushes wide left. To Philadelphia, the Union have 22 shots overall for the game. But just the 2 first-half goals from Pierre and Davis. Acoba's goal sliced the margin in half in the 54th. Ball given away. Ramos commands the middle of the park. Ramos glides it wide. Chirilla cranks it all the way across. It's Hurtado. 2 defenders nearby. He splits the pair. Hurtado hammers. Too much on that. Holds the ball up, and the full-time whistle blows. And for the 4th consecutive season, Philadelphia Union are into the MLS Next Pro playoffs.